Alrighty, hello everybody. Hello, and welcome. How's everyone doing today? I hope I find you all well, and I hope you're all ready for the start of the weekend. Today is Friday, the 8th of May, 2020, and it's time to begin with a full day of gameplay streaming here for you right here on Twitch. What is going on? I am still suffering from this stupid ear infection. I have a lot of congestion in my left ear today. The good news is the pain is almost gone. So this antibiotic that I've been taking since Wednesday is working. That's good. The bad news is that it's like, congested and swollen in there. And I have like half hearing in my left ear today, which is delightful. My right ear feels pretty good. So I'm happy about that. That my right ear feels like it's completely cleared up at this point. But my left ear is screwed up. So it is what it is. Good news is it really hasn't affected streams much since I got on this one way earlier than the one, last time around and got the medicine as soon as possible. It seems like this one may be clearing up, which is a good thing. And I certainly hope that, you guys are having fun with all the streams lately. All right, first of all, yesterday was Ask the King, my Q&A show that I normally would do bi-monthly, meaning every other month. But hadn't done it since January. It was fun to do it. Finally got a lot of questions out of the way. And I had a full update kind of on my personal stuff going on. As much as I could update you guys because I couldn't talk publicly about a lot of the stuff that, I would have liked to, but it is what it is. Give that a look. It is live over on the King of Hate Vlogs on YouTube. That's my YouTube vlogging channel. I barely use it anymore, but finally got some new videos posted up there for you guys. Check out Ask the King when you get a chance, okay? Last night we had some very fun Animal Crossing chill streaming, 2 hours of fun, and it was a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. Today we get back to normally scheduled gameplay, meaning we're gonna have 4 straight full days of gameplay streaming here for all of us. Let's talk about what we're gonna be doing. First of all, today it's the continuation of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and we are at this point heading into the Endgame. At least for as long as I remember Final Fantasy VII from, playing it years ago, we are storming Shinra Tower, alright? Which is a pretty lengthy segment in the original game where you're going up and down these floors, looking for key cards, trying to figure out what doors you need to go into to find items and another way to go to another floor, etc. And you get a lot of plot developments in this point as well. I hope they do it justice, because in the original game, this was one of the creepiest parts of the game, and actually I really liked that portion of it. I didn't like the gameplay where you had to go in circles looking for key cards. It was quite frustrating. Okay? So I guess we'll see how things go today with Final Fantasy VII Remake and see what we can unlock in the tower and basically see how they did it in the remake. I'm very curious, because this was one of the areas that I liked the plot, but I hated the gameplay of in the original Final Fantasy VII game. So we'll find out. Alright, we'll find out today. Alright, now later tonight, my late night stream will be the continuation, but my weekly stream of Throwback Street Fighter. For 2 hours, we'll play old school Street Fighter, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter Alpha 3, and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. That's always fun. You guys seem to really like when I do old school stuff, so that's tonight, alright? Now, during this stream right now, it's the 69th vest streak up, coming up here, if we can hit it, alright? 68 straight streams we've hit the vest goal, meaning I hit my tips goal, and I put on the vest in celebration. That's just incredibly crazy positive. I thought yesterday, maybe during Ask the King, that would be the end of it. Instead, it was the polar opposite. People were super supportive. So obviously, the support continues. Thank you guys very much. We'll see what happens today in regards to the vest streak. All right? Tomorrow, Saturday, the potential conclusion of Neo 2. I don't know if we'll finish it, but it's possible. Because it will be basically endgame stuff. I think people said there's like 2 story missions left. I think I'm in the middle of one of them now. So that being said, we're very close to the end of the game. If I do really well then tomorrow I may beat it. But if I don't do so well and I get beat up near the end of the game, maybe I won't beat it and we'll have to do one more stream to finish it. So let's see. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow night will be more relaxing and chill Animal Crossing. And KK Slider, the musician, will be on the island, so we'll be able to listen to some fun music and unlock a new song and just do some chill, fun stuff, okay? Sunday, the return to Banjo-Tooie, the ongoing retro platformer playthrough that I'm doing for you guys as a result of your viewers' choice voting. And then Sunday night will be my weekly Morrowind stream. I'm actually pretty excited for this. Reason being, last week, I leveled up my magic so significantly that now it seems like it consistently works. Meaning if I need to heal, spur of the moment, I can. If I need to float, I can almost infinitely float now, which is crazy. Just levitate through the whole damn game. So I may just go ahead and try to continue on with the story now on Sunday night. I don't know, but I certainly seem like I'm pretty overpowered compared to how I was like just 2 weeks ago. Monday, more Final Fantasy VII Remake and possibly the conclusion, depending on how far we get today. I don't know exactly how much is left. But we are in Chapter 16 of 18. I have heard the very end of the game is very lengthy. So I guess we'll see, how far I get today and whatever. But maybe on Monday I'll finish up the game. I don't know. It might be the end. We'll see. Okay? And then Monday night, my usual weekly chill stream of Minecraft. And that should be fun. 2 hours of building and relaxing. I think we're going to continue on with our Greco-Roman architecture and all of that. All right? Now, when we finish one of these main playthroughs, whether it be Final Fantasy VII or Neo 2, whichever is first, I'm going to be starting up a new game playthrough, and it's going to be something different. I'm not going to start Fire Emblem Three Houses right away, because I want to do something different to break up the content a little bit, okay? Whether it's Streets of Rage 4, whether it's going to be Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, maybe we'll go back to Mega Man Zero Collection for a bit and play one of those games. I'm not 100% yet. I'm thinking about what I want to do. But there will be something to break up the content so that we're not just going RPG to RPG, all right? But, yes, later this month, Fire Emblem Three Houses will begin. It will be a full playthrough starting up this month. So for those who voted for it and nominated it for a Viewer's Choice event, don't worry. It's coming up, okay? And this Wednesday night, we're doing something new, okay? This Wednesday night, I'm going to be doing something completely different and new. I'm not 100% on what it is yet. I will let you guys know as it gets closer. But, we're done with Warzone. This last Wednesday was my absolute last stream of Warzone, and I'm not doing the game anymore. So we shall see what I come up with for Wednesday night. We had a poll, and it seemed like a lot of people wanted to see the survival horror game Daymare 1998, which apparently is in the vein of Resident Evil. It was supposed to be actually a fan-made remake of Resident Evil 2, but then Capcom gave them a cease and desist order because they were remaking the game themselves, so they took all their assets and made their own survival horror game. Maybe we'll check that out. Okay. So we'll see. We'll see how things go this week, but yes, Wednesday night, something new is starting up, okay? So we'll see. We shall see how things go this week, but there should be some new content this week when we finish up one of these these games I'm playing. There'll be another new game starting up. So it should be a lot of fun coming up, and I hope you guys are ready for some variety coming up. Of course, later on this month, there will be some new releases and re-releases and remasters and blah, blah, blah. And we'll tackle all that a little bit later in the month, all right? So one thing I want to remind all of you of. This month, the month of May, we do have a subscriber goal here on the channel. It returned, okay? We didn't have one last month. We have a subscriber goal this month. 725 subs. If we hit 725 concurrent subscriptions at any point during the month of May, I will be doing a special retrospective marathon, all right? I'm excited for this. Every time we do a retrospective marathon, it ends up being quite fun, and you guys seem to have a really great time. It's some of the best events that I hold. We haven't done one since February, and so, I'm hoping that we'll get one going here. Please consider subscribing to the channel. All right, you get many benefits for subbing, including over 30 different emotes. You get a cool subscriber crown badge in the chat to show how long you've been a sub. And you don't have to watch advertisements when I take an ad break, every major stream. Okay? Pretty cool. So please consider subscribing. if you're interested in any of those things, or you want to see the retrospective marathon event happen either much later this month or early in June. All right. All right. That's really all I've got. Like, I have nothing else to really talk about. So thanks for listening. It's now time for me to move on to the gratuitous plugs segment of the stream. All right. So thank you guys very much for almost 12 years that I have now been a content creator on the internet, on a daily basis, being able to create video game related content and sharing my gameplay experiences with all of you. It's been an amazing run. It's been super fun. I absolutely love what I do for a living. And listen, I realize, number one, I'm one of the luckiest guys on this planet because I get to do what I love for a living. Games have been my hobby my whole life. And being able to do this for a job has been amazing. In addition, the fact that I've been able to continue to do this and consistently on a daily basis for you guys during this pandemic has also been an amazingly, cool thing. And you guys have come out and told me, many of you personally, thank you so much for being here consistently every day and putting out these streams, because the world right now is a very inconsistent place. Things have changed for the worse in a lot of ways. And people like the fact they have somewhere consistent and positive to come to hang out every day and escape all that stress. And I agree with you. Like, for me, it's exactly the same. I get to come here and hang out with you guys every day and have fun with games. And it's been a great time making us forget about how different the world is right now, right? So thank you guys for coming and hanging out every day and being positive and having fun with me. I appreciate that as much as you guys appreciate me being here for you. Thank you for that, okay? Now, all that being said, guys, I am a full-time live streamer now. For 3 years, I've been here pretty consistently, pretty much 6 days a week, full-time, putting out gameplay streams for all of you. I archive all of those gameplay streams over on my YouTube channel, DSPGaming. So in the instance that you cannot be here live, you can actually check those out on demand and get caught up on all the gameplay and everything that we're up to here. All right. But I am primarily a live streamer. That means that I pretty much rely on crowdfunding from you guys during the live streams to make ends meet. All right. So, if you like these streams, if you enjoy the content I put out, you find it positive and fun and entertaining, and you want to see it continue, please consider contributing via one of the methods that I am about to outline during this pre-stream. However, I must say something up front before we even get to that. I want you guys to understand something. My streams here on twitch.tv are 100% free. They always will be 100% free. All right, that's the whole point. Me being able to have a fun time sharing gameplay experiences with you every day is the reason I stream. I don't stream to make a buck. I used to do gameplay videos on YouTube as a hobby for 2.5 years before I ever monetized a single one of them. And the only reason I ever did so was because I lost my office job and I needed a way to make money in the interim. And I had no idea that I was going to turn it into a way to make a living for, at this point, 9 years. I had no intention of that, okay? If I were to somehow lose my ability to live stream full time and I had to get a job somewhere else, I would definitely at least try to stream as much as I could, in my free time, albeit it would be way less than I do now. But I love this so much, I wouldn't want it to just go away. I have a passion for games and a passion for gaming and a passion for interacting with you guys and having good, positive times every day. That's really the reason why I keep pushing through all the adversity that I've had over the years, and that's why I'm still here, because of you guys. So I hope you understand that, and because of that, I want you to know I consider contributing to my streams going above and beyond just being a standard stream viewer, and it's perfectly okay if you cannot contribute. I'm not demanding that anyone do anything. All right, I don't want anyone feeling like the odd man out or feeling bad if they can't contribute during a stream. Even though that interactivity is a major part of the streams, that's perfectly fine. All right. Now, that being said, if you can contribute and you would like to, please, by all means, do. That is my life's blood. That's how I pay my bills. That's how I keep everything going around here. So please consider contributing via one of the following methods that I'm about to describe. First of all, I have a Patreon over at patreon.com/darksidephil. It's a monthly pledge campaign that when you pledge to it, you earn personal perks depending on how much you actually contribute. I will not go into massive detail about that because All of it is publicly listed over there on the site, so I hope you guys will give it a look. All right, and thank you very much to anyone who does actually contribute to my Patreon. I appreciate that very, very much, and thank you for the ongoing support. By the way, I should say this: if you are a patron contributor, and for some reason you haven't heard back from me on a perk, by all means email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com. I just had someone yesterday who emailed me and was like, "Oh, I didn't hear back from you on a perk." I was like, "Really?" And I checked the site, and apparently the site, for whatever reason, didn't email me in conjunction with their private message on Patreon. I don't know if this is a bug, because normally when people private message me on Patreon, I get an email for it. So okay, someone needs something from me, I can upgrade them or whatever. For whatever reason, something slipped through the cracks. I feel bad about that because obviously I like staying on top of that stuff, and something did slip through the cracks, and I feel bad because I'm not sitting there checking my Patreon DMs every day. So if there is someone here who is a patron and you didn't hear from me, I'm sorry. Please contact me via email. I will look into that. I want to get on top of that and figure out what's going on with that and make sure that everyone gets their perks, okay? So, thanks to anyone who pledges to my Patreon. I appreciate the ongoing support. If you're maybe considering it, thanks a lot as well. Give it a look, okay? Okay. Also, guys, I have a Teespring store where I sell all kinds of fun merchandise. It's primarily t-shirts, but there's other stuff there too, as well, like sweatshirts and hoodies and stickers and mugs. It's good quality stuff, and I thank you guys very much for anyone who checks it out and maybe considers buying something. It helps me out a little bit, and you guys get a cool collectible out of it. All right, so give it a look. That's teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. Excuse me. Now, if you're here live on the stream, all right, chances are you'll probably want to contribute in a way that you can get some kind of recognition for your contributions during the live stream and maybe get some interaction with me as well. All right, so if you either cheer with bits or you subscribe to the channel or you tip me during today's live stream, I will give you a live shout out as a way of saying thanks very much for your contributions. However, please know that you should be in line with the rules of the stream with your messages, trying not to derail the stream, and no insults, and not trying to get me to say something that gets me in trouble on Twitch. It's very common sense stuff, but sadly some people don't understand common sense. In the most part, though, people do, and interaction is a huge part of the positivity of my streams, and I really do appreciate anyone who does contribute in any way, so thanks in advance. As you can see at the top of the screen, we have a stream stats leaderboard. This is a leaderboard that tracks things like top cheerer and top tipper of the day. All right, it's a great way to get recognized for your contributions during a live stream. And in addition to that, there's a leaderboard that is integrated into Twitch itself, and that tracks things like the top cheerer of the week, as well as the people who have gifted subscriptions for the week. So, many opportunities to get noticed, many opportunities for interaction and positivity. You may be saying to yourself, though, well, crap, Phil, you literally just mentioned a ridiculous amount of ways to contribute. So, what's the best way to contribute, right? If I want to help you the most, what do I do? Very matter-of-factly, the answer is tipping me. Because when you tip me, those are funds that, number one, I get immediately. I can put them towards something important. For example, coming up this week, I've got a condo dues due. I've got my internet bill due. I've got, I'm pretty sure I have like some stupid stuff like registrations and stuff like that I have to do that's out of the ordinary this month. That's extra money. Obviously this Tuesday, my day off, I have to go grocery shopping. That's what the tips basically help with. All right, these day-to-day costs and expenses. And so, having those funds immediately to put towards things I need to do today is a huge positive, In addition, we've got an ongoing vest streak. Every day I have a tips goal on a stream, and if I hit that tips goal, I put on the vest as a celebratory way of saying thanks. We have hit 68 straight streams of completing the vest goal. That is insane. That is so amazingly positive. It is so supportive. Thank you guys so damn much. Okay? I appreciate that very, very, very much. Thank you for all the support over the years, but thank you in particular. This last month has been so positive, hitting this vest streak. Today would be the 69th vest streak. So, let's see if we can hit it. And that's why I prefer tips, because right now we got this really crazy positive thing going. So, let's see if we can keep it rolling. All right, guys. So, a few things about tipping. Below the stream, there's a tip jar button you can click on, or you can type !tip into the stream chat. Okay? Either way will take you to my PayPal tips page. When you're on that page, you can tip me either using a registered PayPal account if you have one. If not, or you prefer not to use it, you can actually use a debit or credit card, much like any other payment that you would make on the internet. However, please understand that that may not immediately show up because you have to reload the page in a full desktop mode sometimes to see those options. So if you're on a mobile device, just be aware you may have to do that, okay? Now, as a public service announcement, guys, I like to tell you guys a few ways that you can protect yourselves and protect your identity on the internet and stop yourself from being harassed on Twitch, because I've been around the block. I know how it is. And sadly, there's a lot of people on the internet who just like to hurt people and harass people just because they can get away with it. They get some kind of feeling of positivity or recognition because they can make someone else miserable and basically have no repercussions for it. Okay, I know that sounds messed up because for most of us, we like building up positivity, right? We like focusing on positive things. We like doing positive things in our lives. The last thing we would want to do is just hurt someone else or break down someone else just because we can and get away with it. But that's how these people are. They don't have a normal mindset. All right? So, the first thing I always recommend, if you're going to be here on twitch.tv watching streams, turn off your open direct messages. Sadly, direct messages on Twitch are very frequently used for malicious purposes, including harassment of both the streaming viewer and a streamer themselves, but also scams. Sending you a link saying that it's one thing, you click on it, next thing you know, that person now has your IP address and can harass you because of it. All right? Not good. So, please be careful. All right? Number one, about people just sending you direct messages for no reason, but I recommend you turn them off, or there's an option on Twitch where you can make it only people on your friends list can send you direct messages. I strongly recommend that you use that one because that one will basically screen out these people who are trying to be malicious. All right? So just throwing that out there. Now, in addition to that, if you're considering contributing on today's stream, I strongly recommend you do what you can to hide your true identities and don't associate that with your contributions. Because sadly, there's people out there that kind of prey upon people who are contributors to streams, and you'd be shockingly surprised how much personal information you may have out there on the internet right now. Just on social media, you've probably got things like your friends, your family members, things you like, things you dislike, where you work, where you like to hang out, and things you like to do. All that information that's public could be used against you in a very, very bad way. Trust me, as someone who has had his life completely doxed all over the internet for years and years, it's not a very pleasant experience. Okay, guys? So that being said, I strongly recommend if you're going to contribute to a stream, do it as anonymously as you can. If you're going to cheer today, you can cheer anonymously. If you're going to, subscribe or gift a subscription, you can actually gift anonymous subscriptions. When you tip, don't use your real name. All right? Do not use your real name. Instead, you can tip anonymously, or you can make up a name that has nothing whatsoever to do with yourself or your real life name or persona, and that way it protects you from getting any kind of retaliation from these idiots for contributing in a positive way to a stream. All right, so I'm looking out for you guys, and I want you guys, to be protected. Please do your best and be diligent to protect your information on the internet. Fair enough? Okay, I hope that some of that advice at least helps you guys, at least in a limited capacity. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am streaming here on twitch.tv. That means that I must abide by all rules and regulations of Twitch. I can't just say and do whatever I want to do on my streams. I hope you guys understand that. That is kind of an essential thing. But in addition to that, I have my own sets of rules that I enforce because I like to maintain a chill vibe on my streams, a positive vibe. Allow me to explain what I mean by that. I want you guys to be able to come to my streams and relax and have a good time. Basically see my reactions to whatever game I'm playing, interact with me, interact with other stream chatters. In general, just not be stressed out and be free from any kind of negativity or toxicity that may attack you outside of the stream. In particular, right now, the real world is a pretty scary place with this pandemic. We all know it, and we don't know what's going to happen. You know, my streams, I'd like to try to make them a place where we can escape all that real world stress, forget about it for a while, and just have fun with games. So that's why I have these rules in effect. I feel that these rules help with that. And I hope you guys understand that, you know. And, you know, a lot of people have said we appreciate that you have this place that we can come and just have a positive time and not bring up toxicity and negativity and all kinds of stuff like that. So that's what we're going for. All right. So the first rule is that we don't talk about politics and religion on the streams, even though these are very pertinent topics to real life. These are not things that in the 12 years I've been a content creator that I really feel are very pertinent to things that we do on my streams regarding gameplay. Sadly, a lot of people just argue with each other and turn it into a big reason to just get really nasty. And that's the last thing that I want on my streams. But if we are playing a game that has political or religious themes in it, that's a very different situation. If it's in context to the game we're playing, then absolutely that discussion would be allowed, okay? Now, recently I have expanded this rule to also apply to COVID-19, all right? We're all well aware of the worldwide pandemic and how it's changed our lives in the last 2 months and for the foreseeable future. People are purposely coming to this stream to escape that stress. We don't need to be talking about this constantly on the stream. Now, I'm not stupid, and I'm not going to ban the outright discussion of this pandemic on the stream, because obviously it's the biggest thing going on in human life in a very long time. But at the very same time that that's happening, we have people who are coming here to escape it, and I hope that you guys will respect their wishes and not just be constantly, you know, talking about it, okay? Fair enough? All right. Now, in addition to that, guys, I'm well aware that there is a large group of people on the internet that are seeking to hurt me on a daily basis for personal gain. We've already talked about these people. These are people who actually think they get some kind of feeling of validation or recognition out of hurting others. Rather than trying to build other people up positively, they get the pleasure out of the opposite, hurting people negatively. I don't. I'm not that kind of person. I put out positive content, and I always focus on that. But these people are the polar opposite. They have slandered myself and my family. They have made my life a living hell and tried to hurt me in as many ways as they can over the past several years. And I don't bring their crap up on the streams, because the bottom line is, by doing that, number one, you're derailing the positivity of my stream. And number two, you're giving undue attention to people who definitely don't deserve it, all right? So it's against the rules to bring that crap up. Now, in addition, I've expanded this rule recently, basically saying that I really can't talk about private matters behind the scenes anymore. Meaning, if we're in a fun discussion about games and you guys want to talk a little bit about, oh, what are you and your wife doing recently? Or, you know, what'd you have for dinner today and stuff like that? That's perfectly fine. But I'm basically not at liberty anymore to talk about private stuff going on behind the scenes. You know, what am I spending money on? What do you have in your house, Phil? I can't talk about that stuff anymore. That's why I stopped vlogging in my house in the past few years. People are so messed up in the fucking head that they have used little things that I've said and done over the years. You know, vlogs that I did in my house 5-6 years ago. And they've used this to concretely hurt me in pretty bad ways. All right? As scary as that sounds, yeah, this info is silly. What you would think is just like nonchalant information you would bring up in a normal conversation. People have found ways to mobilize that information against me and hurt me over the years. To the point where I have actually been legally advised to no longer mention that kind of stuff in my gameplay content, because so many people have mobilized to use it in a negative way that it doesn't make sense for me to bring it up anymore. All right? So that's the deal. Like, please understand, it's okay to every once in a while ask me a question and I'll tell you if I can answer it or not. But please do not delve into my personal business. If I'm not talking about something that seems to be behind the scenes personal on a stream, there's probably a good reason for it. Don't harp on it. Don't bring it up. It's against the rules to be trying to derail my stream with my personal life, because it's nobody's business, all right? Especially with the developments that we had this last week. I had my say on the whole situation yesterday during Ask the King. If you want to know what's going on with my personal situation, I gave you the definitive conclusion to that discussion yesterday during Ask the King, and you should go check that out over on the King of Hate vlogs if you haven't. And that's the end of that discussion. All right. So, please don't bring it up. Please don't derail the streams with that negative crap. Fair enough? All right, guys. Let's now move on to the third and final segment of pre-stream. This is the shout-out segment, where I say thank you guys to everyone who has contributed. We update the leaderboards a bit. We have a little bit of fun discussion before we get started with anything, and we go from there. All right? So, today's first contribution came in from AJ the DJ 747, who gifted a subscription to Bawjaw Blasts. Congratulations to Bawjaw Blasts on getting that gifted sub, and thank you to AJ the DJ for the support. Mr. Papavera was the first cheerer today. He says, as far as the stairs and elevator, you can always try both, saving before doing one and going back and doing the other. I don't know if I'm really going to do that. And last stream, we did an impromptu poll on what you guys would like to see me do, and people voted for the stairs. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with the stairs today and just see how it pans out in the game, okay? All right, XRazfu subscribed to the channel for 3 months. Thank you, XRazfu, for 3 months of support. I appreciate that. Last Rambo cheered. He says, can you please upload the Ask the King pre-stream? So yesterday, when I was doing my Q&A show, Ask the King, I did a very brief pre-stream. It might have been 10, 15 minutes tops. And it basically completely glossed over the usual stuff that I do on a pre-stream because I knew I was going to be talking for a good 3-4 hours straight. So I didn't want to be blah, 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 blah before I got to more blah, blah, blah. Okay? I forgot to upload it. And Last Rambo and one other person so far have asked for it. I'll be honest with you, nothing happened during that pre-stream. It's not very important. Anything that was pertinent was discussed during the show. So at this point, no, I'm not going to be uploading it because I think uploading 2 pre-streams in one day is a little bit of overkill. So don't worry about it. You missed nothing. Okay? ET Bracket News subscribe to the channel. Thank you, ET Bracket News, for the sub. AJ the DJ then gifted a subscription to King Gokin and then gifted a subscription to Ellipsian. So congratulations, you guys, on getting those gifted subs. And again, thank you, AJ the DJ, for the support. That is really awesome. Thank you very much for that. Ryan did a 152-bit cheer to become the top cheerer of the day. He says, hey, Phil, I actually watched Ask the King on YouTube. Great episode, and I hope you have a fun day. Thank you very much, Ryan. I appreciate that very much. Let me get you up on the leaderboard as the top cheerer of the day. There we go. Oh, come on. How many bits was that? It was 152 bits. Very good. Oops. There we go. Thank you, Ryan. All right, then. I got my first tip of the day from Jax Raxer, who tipped me $20. Thank you very much, Jax Raxer. He says, Phil, I've been enjoying your Final Fantasy VII Remake playthrough so far. Last session, you struggled and lost one battle with a swarm of enemies. Maybe trying the buff spells and items like Barrier or Haste could help in situations like that in the future. Yeah, see, the reason, Jax Raxer, that was tough literally was because it happens out of nowhere. You have no idea what's going on because the camera work is bad. I'm being honest here. The camera work is very bad. It's meant for you to be facing like maybe a small handful of enemies. It's not backed up enough to see everything going on the screen, nor even see how many enemies are on the screen at once. So it was weird because it was a fight where there were like 3 or 4 different types of enemies, one of which had armor, so you couldn't just hit them directly. And they cram you into a corner, so you can't even see what's going on. So the whole time I'm trying to just get out of the corner, I can't. The game just crammed me into this corner, and that's the end of it. Like, what are you going to do? It was funny because the second time around, I knew what to expect, and I beat it easily because I knew what was coming instead of getting crammed into the corner. So basically, it was a beginner's trap is what it was. I agree with you that maybe if I had utilized some other spells, it would have been better. But the thing is, it's few and far between that's happened in the game. Very, very, small amount of times. And it seems to me that magic is going to be much more effective in a second or third run in the game where you're doing like much more difficult enemies or a higher difficulty level, because none of that magic's been needed at all. Like, not haste, not shell, barrier, none of it. It doesn't. I've never used it once. I had no reason to. It just seems that the basic gameplay is enough to overcome 99% of the enemies in the game. And by the way, I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing. I'm just saying, making a factual observation here. So, if I continue to have issues with the combat, all right, fair enough. Maybe I'll experiment with some of these spells, but for now, it doesn't seem to be necessary. That was the one fight in the whole game where because you didn't know what was coming and they crammed you into a corner, you couldn't do shit. But I would almost guess that's not going to happen again. I'm serious. Like, I guess it's probably going to be much easier from here on out. That was like the one exception to the rule of the game. I think. I could be completely wrong, and I guess we'll find out, okay? So anyway, Jax Raxer, thank you. A very generous $20 tip to get the tips going today. Thank you. Van B tipped me $1.30 and says, I've been a content creator for 12 years as of the 4th of June. As a fellow OG YouTuber, I'd like to say it's very significant for us to share the same accolade. Here's the 12 more. All right, well, thank you, Van G. I don't recognize the name because I don't really pay attention to any YouTubers, but I thank you for the contribution. And congratulations on the anniversary. Cold Zero Cheer, he says, can you buy Jasper and the Lovely Cat a vest of their own for the 100 vest celebration and make them come on stream? Put your foot down. No. We'll see what happens, but, you know, for the 100 stream celebration, if we even get to it, we don't know. You know, every day, I say this could be it. This could be the end. And some days we've come very damn close to not hitting the vest streak. So we'll see what happens. Cold Zero then resubscribed for 2 months and says, you big doofus. You entertain me every day. Congratulations. Well, thank you very much for the insult. I enjoy being insulted on my own streams. And thank you for the support. Super Sly Gaming to me $1.30 says, Judaism, religion, or multinational corporation? What? So I have no idea what the hell he's talking about. But I do thank you, Super Sly Gaming, for the $1.30 tip. Let's go ahead and update the leaderboard here. Alrighty then. Evil Green Ranger's here, and he cheered and he said, morning, don't know if you heard Xbox Mike Greenberg apologized for misleading their advertising promising next-gen gameplay to gamers. Just wanted to get your thoughts. Thank you. Yeah, you know, here's the thing. Previously, companies could get away with this kind of stuff. They could promise the world and underdeliver, and the hype would take them through it. And the other truth of the matter is, we didn't have this insanely interactive social media. We're immediately following a press event like yesterday's Microsoft Xbox Series X press event, where everyone complains right after the fact. So apparently in all their media postings, Microsoft advertised this event as, oh, it was going to be a few sneak peeks and a few trailers and maybe a little bit of first look gameplay. But then when they went to advertise it all over the internet, they literally just mentioned the gameplay. So everyone went into yesterday's Microsoft event thinking there's going to be a ton of gameplay, and there was none. Like, there was literally no real gameplay in that event. And everyone was disappointed, and everyone immediately complained about it on social media. So, yeah, Mike Greenberg says, you know, we got to do a better job in the modern era here of, you know, giving you guys expectations that are realistic, and we didn't do that. Our advertising was basically saying, check out all this gameplay, and then you came and there was none. So, admittedly, that's why you guys were disappointed, and, you know, that's why, so we're sorry. So, that's good to know that at least they're being self-aware. It's not like back in the day where these companies would think that they were above any kind of reproach and above any kind of criticism and they could do no wrong. At least now they're realizing this is a very different era. This is a very interactive era. And this is an era where you need to be in tune with the desires and expectations of your customers. And when you overpromise and you underdeliver, that's definitely not a good thing in 2020. You know what I mean? Like, maybe previously it was all right, but when we can all collectively talk about the shortcomings of something right away after it fails, you need to do better. And I think Microsoft now realized that, and they're going to, moving forward, be a little bit more careful with what they promise. Okay? All right. Liam Legacy Legend has resubscribed for 2 months in a row and 5 total. And he says, looking forward to another great stream. Me too. Hopefully this will be fun. Like I said, in the original Final Fantasy VII, this segment coming up of Shinra Tower was actually one of the better plot areas of the game, but one of the shitty gameplay areas of the game. So I'm curious to see how they've improved it and changed it, you know, and go from there. So let's see. Okay. Very good. Now, let's go ahead and let's give some shout outs to the top bit cheerers of the week so far, shall we? In 10th place, we've got Tinker Tinkerson. We got a tie for 8th place between Egg Gangster and Retro Jim. Honest Fan is in 7th place this week so far. 6th place, Stevel Knievel. 5th place, The Original Drum. 4th place, I Killed Phil. 3rd place, The Evil Green Ranger. 2nd place, Crapcock. And in 1st place this week, Bed Sheet Cape. So thank you guys very much for your support in that regard. And now, shout out to those who have gifted subscriptions so far this week. We've got Big Papa Phil, Internet Famous McCroy, Ratty Bag, and Hung Detractor, who all gifted a single subscription. We've got Infinite 55, Crapcock, Ultima Cloud 2, who've each gifted 2 subscriptions. Just this morning, AJ the DJ gifted 3 subscriptions. And Beast Bod gifted 4 subscriptions. But at the top of the pack so far for this week, it is Zugarook, who has gifted 5 subs to the channel. So thank you all again for all of your support this week. It is much appreciated, especially because we're trying to hit a subscriptions goal this month to do that retrospective event. So thank you very much for that support. Okay? All right, well, guys, it appears we're done, right? It appears that the pre-stream, we're good to go. And I want to say again, thanks to everyone who was supportive so far. We got a little bit of a head start on the tips goal. What I will do is take a very brief break here to use the restroom, and we're going to jump into Final Fantasy VII Remake. All right? So give me just a minute here to use the restroom, and then we will resume. I'm not going to play any music or anything here because it'll be a quick one. And then I'll be back, and we'll start. All right? Thank you, guys, and I'll see you in just a sec.